what I want to do, let me see if I got any more slides before I do the actual demo. And so here is Claude Cowork, and the interface has your existing chats that you've done. And this is only available on Mac OS, like that desktop, for example. And there's also tabs for your existing Claude AI chats, and then also Claude Code for the web. If you click on this tab here, I would want to just stay in Cowork. And so there's some conversation starters that you can start with as far as knocking something off your list, such as creating a file or crunching data or more. And so I'm just going to prompt it to actually get to work with building this agent and then follow the breadcrumbs from there. And we can also look at some of the other things that I've done recently, such as creating a mileage tracker app and then using that app to log client meeting mileage trips, and not only an app, but turning that into an agent that works inside of Cowork. So it's using Cowork to build an agent that works inside of Cowork. So it's kind of Inception-esque, but for our purposes, we're going to build I'm going to copy this because it's such a long word here, agent workflow level of effort estimator. I'm going to say build a, and so it's going to ask some clarifying questions. And notice as well that when I click let's go, there's going to be a button that says queue, okay? Now, the thing with Claude Code is you could have multiple agents working in conjunction with one another at the same time and have those be in a queue, but this allows you to do other things as well and add those to the queue once I send this prompt also. So this is pretty cool. And you start to see as well how it starts to burn through tokens quite quickly. And so now it's reading a skill that I have behind the scenes, which is the Mike Wheeler context. And this is a mounted skill. It knows enough to know, okay, I need to look at the skills that I have in my skills library, and these are mounted and only available in this session. There's ways of overcoming that, and I'll talk about that here more in a moment. But now it's asking for clarification. What inputs should the estimator use to calculate effort? For example, number of integrations, data sources, human checkpoints, complexity tiers, etc. So I could use a guided questionnaire or single form assessment or scorecard style. And so what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about using my actual blueprint tool, but we'll save that for later. Let's just do the guided questionnaire as an example. And what should the output look like? And should it be like t-shirt sizes plus hours, extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, or phase breakdown, detailed breakdown by phase, design, build, test, deploy with timelines or comparison view, show effort for different implementation approaches, MVP versus full versus back of house versus front of house, or type something else. I'm going to say comparison view and then click next. And so now should this tie into your agent sense framework? So now it's looking at my skill and my frameworks. And so it's giving you a sneak preview of some of the things that would be inside of the paid cohort where I go deeper into making sense of agentic workflows and helping humans attain agency over AI agents. But it is pulling this into where it has this context. You won't have that because you don't have that context in your own skills library inside of Claude Cowork. And so I can say, yes, deeply integrated or light references or standalone tool, generic estimator. And that's what I want to do here, to put this to the test and not pollute the waters with my own framework and methodology. And this could be then a starting point or something that gives you a spark or an idea. So here it's building this guided questionnaire. And so now if I start to type something else out, and I'm just typing gibberish here, you notice that there's a queue that opens up and I can queue that message up and another agent could start working as well. Okay, but now it's starting to do that estimator. And so while it's churning, I'm going to share some resources in the chat for, first of all, the press release of when Anthropic announced Cowork back on the 12th of this month, and also getting started with Cowork. These are some good resources. I've got a slide on this here in a moment, but you can start perusing that if you grow weary of watching the agent work. And here's the progress report here on the top right. And here it's designing the questionnaire flow and calculation logic. And then you can see what else it's going to do. It's kind of like a scratch pad where it will start to note what all it's done. And here's the working folder that it's working in, and the context as to the skills that it's currently using, okay? Now, a few other caveats to bear in mind that this is currently available on either the Pro or Max plan, and I'm on the $100 a month tier, and I'm sure I'm going to reach the $200 a month tier very soon the more that I use this, because as I mentioned, it really burns through the tokens quickly, and the context window compresses quickly. It's these problems that I saw with the tight context windows and how we've exhausted those now, even though it seemed like that would be impossible to do even 6 months ago. And I've been teaching on how to overcome that in the prior weeks. This is becoming a more glaring need with the advent of tools like Cowork. And suffice it to say that other tools are going to follow suit and follow the same sort of framework. And this really aligns as well with what I talked about last week on and related to having 10 agents back of house or internal agents for every one publicly facing agent. And why Cowork was created was because Anthropic saw that Claude coders, those using Claude Code, would be using it to work on things on their own hard drive or plan their vacations or their personal use cases or workflows. And they needed something that was more approachable to what people call the normies or the non-coders. And to me, normie is a little potentially offensive because non-coders are normal and coders are normal. We're all normal and we're all unique. Okay, so now I can preview this by opening in Chrome, and this is my agent workflow estimator. Okay, so this is something that you can very quickly. And also, here's another thing that I need to mention. Okay, one of the published limitations of Claude Cowork is the inability to connect to Google Drive, but I figured out a way to hack that. I have mounted my Google Drive locally to my Mac desktop machine, so it is assigned a path that I can access in my Finder. Now, because of that, and also because I have the Claude in Chrome extension installed, there's ways that you can work inside of Google Drive, even though Anthropic says it doesn't support it on the connection level. Okay, so you can see in my path here, users, my old name on this machine. I've got a kind of old Mac here, but it's Mike Wither Media, and then library, cloud storage, Google Drive, mike@velza.com. That's my email address. If you have any questions, you can always email me at mike@velza.com. That's V as in Victor, E as in Edgar, L as in Larry, Z as in Zebra, A as in Apple.com. That's my father's name, and I named my company in honor of him. And so then shared drives, Rapid Reskill, Maven, agency over agents, blah, 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 lightning lesson 3. And then here is this file. So I'm going to allow it to write to my Google Drive. And so now that is a way that you can overcome that limitation. And so here is this agent workflow estimator. What will this agent do? Okay, so it's defining either single task, multi-step workflow, process orchestrator, conversational agent. And all of these assets I will upload to a resource folder, and I'm going to be sharing that link with you before we're done, and then also following up via the replay email also. And I'm going to have to coalesce all of this and find it all on this drive and then put it in the public share folder that you will already have access to slide decks and my own markdown files and all that kind of stuff. So I want you to leave this session with a lot of resources that you can start with. And so this is an agent workflow estimator then as far as this goes. I'm going to select multi-step workflow and click continue. And the beauty of this is that if something errors out, you can always use Claude or Claude Cowork or Claude Code to troubleshoot and to improve and iterate. What data will the agent access? And so I'm going to say database or CRM because that's close to my heart. The book that I wrote is about Salesforce. The cover of it is hanging over my shoulder. And so I'm going to say structured data from Salesforce databases or business systems, and then click continue. And then integrations, I'll say 1 to 2 integrations to a couple of well-documented systems. It's trying to gauge or give really high-level buckets as to the complexity level. And this is something that a business analyst or project manager or a team of people scoping out a solution might do. And then there's also 6+ integrations, complex ecosystem with many independent systems. And then what level of human oversight is required, and that can be fully autonomous. Consider approval workflows, review checkpoints, and escalation paths. So it could be fully autonomous, or do you want to do spot check or key checkpoints? I want key checkpoints, and I hate the word human in the loop. So if I were to go through and update this, I would say human at the helm. Human in the loop makes us an afterthought, but if I'm teaching agency over agents, then the human has to be in control. And I think especially starting out with agentic workflows, you've got to walk before you can run, and you want key checkpoints and have humans really reviewing and improving every agent action at the start, and then you can start to automate and chain things together. But you start with back of the house internal agents and testing that out before you do that with customer facing. So I'm just going to do something in the middle with key checkpoints and then see the results here. And so the complexity score, it's giving a scoring algorithm, which you could always change. The MVP proof of concept, this is where we selected the different levels of effort depending on the type of solution we want to provide. So roughly 72 hours. You could tie this into agile point system if you want to have it convert that. 130 hours, and then capacity of your team. And you could go from there and typical phase breakdown, key effort drivers. And then from there, you could build out a statement of work or an order of magnitude sort of document. Then you notice it's just an HTML file that has been spun up and is now an asset that you can build from and iterate on. Now what I could do, and what I want to do is I want to give it a few more things to do or think about. I want to hit it with some more context quickly and see if it starts to compress, to see how Claude compresses, and also see the queue in action. Some of the things that I just rattled off the top of my head about doing a statement of work or an order of magnitude estimate, I'm going to put those in and queue them up and watch it work a little bit. And then we will look at some other resources for Claude also. With that said, I'm going to type in after the estimations and level of effort, enable me to select one, and then give me options to export to PDF. And I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to follow up with statement of work, and then I'll follow up with order of magnitude. As I start typing, also add the ability to create a statement of work. Queue that up. Also give me the ability to create an order of magnitude document. Also give me the ability to create a prospect survey to get more details via email follow-up on their project. Okay. So now I'm hitting it with a lot. Okay. This is something you can't really do in Claude.ai inside the interface, but this is queuing this up, and you might see some more context starting to populate, working folders, scratchpad information, progress, and more. And so it's doing some creation work here. And I've actually gone through the process of recording in either Camtasia or some sort of screen capture, the processes that it's doing just to see how it behaves and at what point it starts to compress. And there's reasons for that as far as understanding where it starts to really choke or hit its limits. And this may take a little while. There are ways. So Gatish is asking, can you manually manage context here like we can do a custom compact in Claude Code? Yes, you can. And I've got some tools for that or some prompts to help do some context snapshots. And you can write locally your context snapshots, and it also will compress. I don't want it to compress. I want to do a pre-compression context snapshot, write it locally, and then start a new chat myself and load up the context that I want, and rather than it just continuing on in a new chat and with the compression that it auto does, because I feel like it's a little lacking, but you can test it and see as well. I'm hoping that we'll hit that point and it'll just continue on so we can show the need for those snapshots. But that's a great question, Gatesh. And this is taking a hot minute. So then while it's doing that, let me see if I can show. I don't want to cover up what it's doing though. Let me look at some other resources we can do. So with that getting started with Claude Cowork, I'll just speak through it while this is churning so that I can just, in that second link, getting started with Cowork, there were some notes on what's important to keep in mind or bear in mind that Team Anthropic gave, and now it's using the to-do right skill. And so it's interesting to me just to see what it can do. And if you're familiar with Claude Code, you'll start to see how they used Claude Code to build Claude Cowork, and they did it in a week and a half, which is just mind-blowing. And so it really opens up what's possible. So if you have Claude Code capabilities in your tool belt, you'll see the advantages and the abilities of Cowork. But for those of you that haven't used Claude Code, and I get these terms mixed up, they're really confusing. And then also when you throw in Chrome into the mix, forget about it. But if you're new to all this, Cowork is the way that you can start to understand and wrap your mind around agentic workflows, because you can use them for things that matter to you. And the things that I've built, if you notice here on the side, some of the actual Cowork work that I've done in my own account is things related to the Maven platform, which is where we are. Use it to do market analysis and identify gaps and to look at what other instructors are doing well, what the opportunities are. And then the LL is for lightning lessons. I tested it out for a slide deck for this. I didn't go with that slide deck because I ran out of time and was making a lot of changes, and I got to stop doing that. But that's inspiration. It's at the last moment you realize like, oh, this is really huge and this is the way it needs to go. But it made a beautiful looking presentation that was about 80% of the way there. And as is the case with all AI tools, I feel like they get you to about the 10 to 20 yard line, but that's where the humans at the helm need to punch it into the end zone and score the touchdown, is that nuance and that taste and that judgment and those soft skills that I don't think AI is ever going to be able to replace, because as we advance, we have tools like this, it opens up new problems. That's the thing about technology, is it gives us new problems or modern day problems that we didn't have before technology reached this point. Okay, so now we're seeing it's starting to mark off on the progress, what it's done. Now it's adding the order of magnitude document export. And then it will give me something. I may or may not know how to see it or implement it, and you might not either. But it can walk you through how to do it, or it can offer to be like, oh, do you want me to open that in one of my connectors? Or do you want to upload that somewhere? Or do you want me to write it? Or do you want me to create a SQL database on your hard drive? So let's look at this. Let's see if it's actually changed. And this is the new one. And once again, you can see it's on my Google Drive. That gives me cross-device portability to then use Claude Code if I need to on my phone, Claude AI. Now I could do something similar as far as multi-step workflow and database and CRM for the data piece, and then let's say 1 to 2 integrations, and then key checkpoints. And I forgot to mention human at the helm instead of in the loop, and then see the results. And now it looks like I can select, and wow, okay, so mind blown. That's nice. Summary PDF downloaded. Check it out. Okay. So that needs some formatting help, but that's a good start. And then order of magnitude, generate the rough order of magnitude estimate. I couldn't remember what it was called. I knew there was an acronym, and you could put the project name. So I could say Acme Online, Acme LLC, hourly rate 150, contingency buffer 20, generate ROM. Here's this bounced over here. Lovely. And you could always add skills and templates and more to be able to add your own footers and headers and logos, etc. And I'm legit have not done this sort of thing. It came off the top of my head. And I've used Claude Cowork a lot, but it's only been 9 days, and of which I've led a busy life. Okay, statement of work. Let me put Acme in there. Acme in here. Generate SOW. Let me just open it. And I will add these to the resources so you can see what I've shown. Okay, so this is the statement of work. Now, this is very skimpy statement of work. You could feed it examples, and then it could draw on that and say, okay, it always has to have these sections, and that could be a statement of work skill that you could add. It's a skills.md that would reside on your local hard drive even. So there's a lot of implications that make this more secure than on the web also, and that's some of the things that were some of those important points in those resources that I shared. But let's look at prospect survey. And this is the person. This is the company. My name is Mike Wheeler. And then it's even giving me output formats for email template or PDF document. You could do integrations at this point or ask for that. I'm going to generate a survey then, and it's copied to the clipboard. And then let me see what that looks like real quick. And how are we doing so far? I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, but I think that it makes it interesting. So I'll put this in the chat. Let me show it at least. It gives me the subject, the message, and here it's in Markdown. So you'd want to clean that up as well. But for the level of effort, I just built this out, and this is something I could use in my own consultancy at Velza. And we've got some work estimators on our website that we built with Claude and Claude Code, but this, I think, is much more interesting and helpful starting point.